One of the things that I get when I see a market miss, in other words, when the market misses the actual data, the actual outcomes, the proper data, in other words, the market missed this by 0.5%, both in the underlying and in the headline. The market reacts. They get nervous.
Yes.
And all the market makers in the marketplace overreact. Banks base their fixed rate prices that they offer you, or 2-year fixed rate, 3-year fixed rate, 5-year fixed rate, on the swap market.
Correct.
And the swap market is an actual market. It's a market made by market makers and people who participate. And these people are the ones who got it wrong. You know,
Indeed, that's a nice way of putting it. They got it wrong.
They got it wrong,
Yeah,
they basically shit themselves, and then they overreact, right? Or they could overreact.
Yes.
And therefore, you could be paying too big a premium today off the back of, because I noticed that the swap rates all went up quite a lot overnight as a result of that last night, like up by 15, 20 basis points, and I don't really see why. But it could be an overreaction to missing or making a mistake or getting it wrong, and that maybe we should be sitting back a little bit and just waiting for what the RBA says and what they do and what next week's numbers are, because we've got some more numbers coming out next week.
Got a lot of numbers next week. Yes.
Employment numbers.
Employment's the week after. Next week we've actually got the CoreLogic house price series.
Right.
We've got retail sales. You know, they're important building blocks in how the economy's going.
But the employment number's a big one.
It is. That's a huge one.
For the RBA.
And yes, because we're probably going to see a very, very low unemployment rate, probably at its lowest level since 1974, so almost a 50-year low.
So I would say in summary, trust the Reserve Bank.
Yep.
They know what they're doing. Ignore the market commentary. 14 rate rises, 10 rate rises, whatever. It will be what it'll be. The Reserve Bank has two mandates. It's for the prosperity of all Australians and for the welfare of all Australians. It's two parts. Prosperity means growth.
Yep.
Welfare means we'll look after if things turn to shit.
Yes, that's a nice way of putting it, yeah. The market pricing now is for 3% plus rate hikes coming in. About a year ago, they had nothing priced in till 2024.
Correct.
So for those people who approximately a year ago thought, no rate hike till 2024, you could be rude and say they've got egg on their face because there's going to be a rate hike in the middle of 2022. So, 2 years earlier than they thought. That's not being critical, but the markets can change. So I look at the markets, I do take that information to heart, but then I step back from that and say, well, hang on, has the market got it right or did it overshoot? So the reaction to that inflation number, my goodness, I was watching the screens when the number came out and there was a sea of red all over these swap rates and the Aussie dollar and everything was getting smashed. And so they can change their view and can change it very quickly. And as I said, 12 months is a long, long time in economics and financial markets. A year ago, no hikes were being priced in till 2024. Now we've got 3 rate hikes priced in by 2023. All
in all, don't panic. Trust the people who've got their hands on the levers because they've done a good job so far. Forget 0.1% as the new baseline. We'll have a new baseline in due course. It could be 2. It could be 2.25. It might be 1.75. Who knows? But it'd be more than 0.1.
And it won't be 4.
Often
across the Sydney. I won't say that, but it won't be 4%.
If it gets to 4, it won't stay there very long.
No. And the economy is in pretty good shape. When I see Australia with a low unemployment rate, I think that's great because everybody who wants a job can get a job. It usually feeds into slightly higher wages, which is a good thing. And the economy is doing well when unemployment's low. And as we're saying, we're heading to the lowest level of unemployment since 1974. That's a long time ago.